All right. Sorry about that. No, my Xbox has turned off a few times now recently. Started only with New Vegas, and then now it's done it with Deep Rock, and now it's this. I don't know. I looked it up online. It said to turn it off from the power settings, and that's supposed to do like a good reset. It doesn't even feel like it's that hot, so I don't know. If it happens again, I'm just gonna call Xbox and see if I can send it in maybe. It's not even a year old. It's an Xbox X. So I still have my old Xbox I could just play in the meantime. Let's see. This is where it crashed. Alright, well, I'm in. Dangers of walking and token.
What are we supposed to do now?
Exercise patience.
Just jalopy
and
away or
contemplate the
what?
scriptures.
Okay. I gotta. Put that away, I suppose. Alright, I lit up that doobie thinking I was gonna get into like cutscenes or something, and then the Xbox died, and I put it out to deal with that, and yada yada yada. Like, how do I get down there?
You picked a fine time to visit, stranger. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite
That's
fees
fucked
to
up.
be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Sounds suspicious.
Eugene wasn't family.
Oh.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Jesus Christ.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Well, god damn. The plot thickens. And a reminder to just always talk to anybody you can talk to.
You want to know what gets
What
my
you gonna
bile
say?
churning?
Yeah.
Edgewater
Oui?
has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it? Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me. Adelaide. Adelaide wants nothing more than to see this town suffer. To see me suffer. All you've done is satisfied her hatred. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you. Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back. Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation, whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence.
Damn. You think you're doing a good thing, like helping the people, but kind of just fucked everything over. I bet if I convinced them all to go back to work, it might not have been as bad for everybody.
Apologies won't give us our lives back, but for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
It's a good game. I like it. They like to fucking put points across.
What was that?
Fuck. I wonder if there's like a way to just sneak around and not kill all the guys. Not that I'm very good at that kind of stuff. Damn it. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Got it. Heads down.
Eek. What, she just suck or what? Spacer's fucking choice. Nothing good. Oh. Whoa. I think I'll probably go through all the ammo. Nope. Is he really even gonna care that I collected all the things for him? It's probably something you're supposed to do before you fuck over the town.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching, and soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see your way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help. Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work, that's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You been there already?
Gotta love
Ain't
it.
been ground down into marauder meat? Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting. Sweet, life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best. Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got.
The guy started off like, I'm gonna be a good guy, like not lying and whatever, and like just fucked over this town, like hooking this guy up with drugs.
You're wringing the blood out of me. Here, you can have whatever's in my pockets.
Bringing the blood out of you, yeah, bastard. Drugs aren't free. That's not a door.
Oh, I cut my own hair.
I can't possibly cut anyone's hair in the dark. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. With what? My own blood? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers! No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
Well, I mean, I could offer to just pay for the fucking thing. Ooh, steal.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Damn. Whoa. Oh.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Finally heard the calling. The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square
do?
our
These things
shoulders
are
and
deadly.
stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Some tuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. A few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing. Go on.
I don't have any questions.
Down they go!
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts.
That'd be good.
Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
Toilet gun.
Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter. On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
Oh yeah, there's probably a fast travel to get there quicker. Maybe not. Somewhere I've never been before. It's a little green thing. Oh. Tough guy. Hunting rifle, nice. Where's that guy I killed over here? Bodies are all disappearing. Abandoned outpost.
Here we go! There's one!
Oh, he's getting right in there.
That's the last of them!
Sure looks like something you should be able to pick up. Ooh. Oh, is this the other engineering book? Yeah. In a cave by the river. Plasma cutter. That's cool. Oh. Alright. Cave down by the river. Should I get distracted by that now? River lava. It's a really cool rock formation. Oh! Well, I'm sure glad I found this.
We can handle this.
Oh, I missed him. Oh, I got him.
Down they go!
Oh, right in the crotch. Oh.
Everyone all right?
Yeah. Well, that thing's pretty fucking sweet too. What? Why is there no loot?
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Getting close. There's so much stuff to loot. So much loot everywhere. Loot that boot.
Clever.
Nice.
You hiding? You scared?
Ah. Whoa, what just happened there? How did I get encumbered from getting blown up? That makes no sense. I can still run? Am I actually encumbered? Cumbersome?
I could do that.
Oh! That's cool. Sunset colors. Sunsets. Sure, haven't slept once yet.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. No.
Clearly
I
not.
insinuated myself into their company, see?
Ooh, that's a lot.
Wit.
Butter tarts, yeah.
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Well, if that's where she wants to be, man, this guy's kind of a dick.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Cool. Eek. Eek. Sure do like running over landmines, apparently. Alright, well, I'm going to call this an end to this episode of it. Sorry it came in two uploaded on YouTube pretty quick. Thanks for anybody who takes a view, and I'll see everybody on the next part of The Outer Worlds. Have yourselves a good